Hello, 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 how is everybody? This is John Mason. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and that is a time we pay our respects to all the women in our lives, our mothers, and our wives, and our girlfriends, and our sisters, and every other woman we come across. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. And if we want the best for the women in our lives, we must protect their reproductive rights. There are all these states going around that places the most onerous restrictions on abortions. Like, you can only have an abortion after so many weeks before you even know, the woman even knows that there's a fetus inside of her. And you remembered Katie Britt, the senator from Arkansas, who had this very bad case of ham acting after Biden's State of the Union address. Is that the best the Republicans can do? Well, anyway, she has this bright idea of a database. She's proposing this bill that would establish a database for all women who are pregnant. Hello, 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 John Mason. How is everybody? Hope you're all well. Well, I've been celebrating Rosh Hashanah and commemorating Yom Kippur. And I still bid everyone a happy and prosperous and sweet New Year. We can all do with it. And let's not have one institution not having a good New Year is TD Bank. TD Bank has been charged by the federal government, by the Department of Justice, for laundering money for drug cartels, or at least keeping a blind eye to it. And they're going to pay $3 billion in settlement to the federal government. I mean, they're not innocent. I don't believe that they're innocent dupes at TD. That's how so many banks have gotten their start in such shady, terrible things as the slave trade. And I consider our capitalist class to be rather amoral. They don't give a rat's ass where the money comes from. And so I believe they would be very comfortable with laundering drug money. Just don't get caught. I'm making a general statement, but that has been the nature of capitalism as a system since Columbus supposedly landed on in this so-called New World, which has been in existence as long as Europe and Asia. And also some good news right here. Taney Street. There's a street that went all the way through, little street that went all the way through North Philadelphia, called Taney Street. It was named after the Roger B. Taney, the Supreme Court Chief Justice who presided over the case of the Dred Scott decision. And he declared that a black person has no more rights that a white person is bound to respect. In other words, non-white people are non-citizens in Taney's universe. And just it's just like, and after the Civil War, there was this movement to whitewash the Confederate side as this valiant but lost cause. Never mind that to secede from the Union so as to preserve their precious slave system, and they deserve to be defeated. and from late in the 19th century through the tail end of the through the tail end of the 20th century, there has been a questioning of why we should commemorate such traitors and racists. Streets and schools and military bases of the army that destroyed the Confederacy have been named after Confederate traitors such as Fort Bragg in North Carolina. Fort Bragg, that's named after Braxton Bragg, who was about the most incompetent Confederate general in the whole war. But Jefferson Davis kept him on anyway. But the movement has been on in recent years of changing those names, taking down the statues and the memorials and renaming the schools to anyone other than the Confederate traitors who tried to destroy this country. And so Taney Street in Philadelphia will be renamed after Caroline LeCount. Caroline LeCount is known as the Rosa Parks of Philadelphia. She was educated as a teacher, and she integrated Philadelphia's trolley carts and fought for desegregation of education. That, I believe, is the kind of person who should be commemorated by a street, and not some racist traitor. It was Taney's Taney's Dred Scott decision that helped to bring about the Civil War. And he expected that we wouldn't do anything about it. The abolitionists and other people who hated slavery would do nothing about it. Let's keep the good work up. Trump and his minions are hell-bent on putting the old Confederate names back on streets and schools and military bases. Let's make damn sure they don't. And beyond that, let's seriously deal with our racial issues. Let's seriously take on racism and sexism and homophobia and transphobia and Judeophobia, that's my term, what other people call anti-Semitism, and Islamophobia. Let's stop all that. Let's deal with this seriously. And don't be freaked out. Don't be swayed by whines about critical race theory or DEI or woke. Be woke. I urge you to be woke. Be totally wokealicious. To be woke is to be aware, to understand the forces that are arrayed against the American people and any change to challenge unjust and oppressive systems. And the way to do that is to vote November 5th. Like I always say, vote blue all the way through. From Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket all the way down to your county row offices, your township supervisors, your city councils, your state legislators. Okay, that's it for now. Now, advertisements. All this work I do in my podcast is definitely work. And so I ask for help. I put out money to pay for all the podcasts and the videos and the blog and the poetry and the fiction. It's money. I need to be paid for it. Therefore, please get on my website. My website at johnomason.com and click either the PayPal button or the Buy Me a Coffee button and give what you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Keep my work going and to raise it to a higher level. I can't do it without your support, so thanks. And also my novel, Soldier of the Cross, is available on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who, as a young man in the early 60s, is a drunk and a whore chaser and a school bully. He gets in trouble in the army. He comes out of the army a born-again Christian. And he just wants to be a manly man for Jesus. A manly, militant man for Jesus. But how he goes about it leads him to trouble. Please hold. Please look at my novel, Soldier of the Cross, on Amazon.com. Oh, that little interruption. I'm also a notary public for the state of Pennsylvania. I can go anywhere in Philadelphia and notarize your document. Please look me up sometime. Thank you. Hemperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue near 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Excuse me. Gummies and flour and candy and lip balm and hand sanitizer. And dog treats. Dog treats, yeah. Look them up, please. HemperificLLC.com. And also my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is excellent in helping you develop your professional career or small business. Let you know what you're doing right, where you need work, and help you network with other up-and-coming entrepreneurs and professionals. Do please look her up. GrowWithSnow.com. Okay. Alrighty then. We got our work cut out for us. To tell the true story of slavery and racism in this country. And to change the economy around so that working class people, middle class people, and low income people can have their chance at the American dream. And what really is the big weapon is our votes. Get out there November 5th and vote blue all the way through. Thanks. Have a good weekend. Shabbat Shalom. Bye.